As old as I get, and I'm getting pretty old there at 87, I realize that there are things that I will never stop doing or never give up. And I know that has a lot to do with a very positive mindset. But when you think about it, if you know that you are in sort of the last quarter or the last third of your life here on Earth, why would you want to not enjoy it, right? So today I think we're going to talk about some of the things that I have discovered, some of them recently, but I've known a lot for a long time, that I enjoy, that will keep me going. Despite being a caretaker, you know, you still have to think about yourself. There's always two people involved in something like this. And as much as I adore my Moosey and think about him 24 hours a day, I do realize that there are things that I must keep doing for me. So let's chat today about some of these things. Oh, I'll probably jump all over the place and talking. First of all, it's very early in the morning on a Sunday, and I'm hoping to get this up today for you. I'm beginning to think that fall or winter really will never come, but I'm optimistic about it. And I'm still in the process of wearing some of my summer things because I know pretty soon they're going out there. And I really haven't had the chance to wear too many of these things, including this outfit that I think I showed you probably right before Moosey had his fall. And really, I haven't gone anywhere that I could wear it, but I'm enjoying it this morning. I've always loved clothes. I'm definitely a maximalist. There's no getting around it, and there's no apologies for it. People have said, you probably know that your kids and your grandkids don't want half of your things. Well, that might be half true. I do know that I have some granddaughters and sons and daughters-in-laws that do enjoy a lot of vintage things that I have enjoyed all my life. So without further ado, the other thing, I think I told you about this in the past video or one before that I did read when I came home one day with this darling little plant holder. Someone said, go ahead and collect what you love. Keep what you love and have loved and are enjoying. And someday, your kids will have one heck of an estate sale. So much for being a maximalist and talking about that. Actually, I'm not bringing that much home, but I still do enjoy, as a little outing, I still do enjoy my Tuesdays 30% off for seniors at my thrift shop. I just enjoy the outing as much as I might enjoy anything else, believe it or not. If I see something that I really think I love and it's not adding to my very full house anyway, I will put it in my basket. And Moosey is coming along very, very nicely in the skilled nursing. He has had many visits from grandchildren and great-grandchildren. He has a whole wall now of things and little letters that grandkids have written, pictures and everything. And he's just thrilled with all this. As a matter of fact, yesterday afternoon, Dubby's oldest son, Patrick, came with his 3 children. They just came from a ball game. Little McKinley had a baseball game, but all the 3 kids are totally involved in sports of one kind or another. And we sat out on the patio, had a wonderful time. I brought some Halloween candy, and I did dig into my little children's cabinet. I've had a little cabinet right here next to my filming table. Actually, it was a dining table at one point. And I've kept it here for when grandchildren would come and visit, and I keep all my ex-teaching things in there. coloring books and puzzles and all sorts of colored pencils and stickers and you know what. Everything kids would enjoy. So before I left to join Moosey and Patrick and the kids yesterday, I did dig out some of my papers, and I brought some colored pens and pencils and markers and things so that the kids could keep busy and have fun. Well, they arrived about 3:30 in the afternoon after one of the baseball games, and they all looked so darling. I was in my Dodger total outfit from the hat right on down, and Moosey was all dressed up in his Dodger pants because they were playing a game at 5:30. So we had to show support. However, Patrick is a New York Yankees fan, and he had on his shirt, and his oldest son, Jackson, had on his shirt. They had their New York Yankees. So we were a sight walking down the halls of the skilled nursing. We did manage to snag a table with the umbrellas and chairs outside, and we sat out there, and Moosey, you could just tell, Patrick wheeled him out, and you could tell that he enjoyed the day immensely, just chatting and spending time with the children, finding out, you know, in a couple of months, these children grow and mature so much. Smart, sweet, kind, and loving. We had a wonderful day. So they added to Moosey's wall. They colored, and I had some fun coloring with them. Technicolor heart. Is this going to be for Moosey, Ken? Oh, nice. Oh, and I love yours. What did you draw today? Tell me what it is. Is it a truck going down a street? Yeah. Yeah. Sure. I'm sure it is. Is anybody left-handed here?
J-Lo sometimes.
Show me your shirt, Jackson. Show me. Oh, boy. Turn around the back. There you go. Cheater. Nanny did a painting, and didn't I draw a cheater on the back when you were like 2 years old? And you have it hanging in a room, right? Huh? Did you smile on that one, Moosey? I want you to smile again. Look at Moosey. A little Jimbo. What did he say that was over there? And this is the cute one. This is from Jackson, and Jackson's 9, and he did Moosey's Dodger team with all the names of the players on there. Ohtani, and up here, who did he put on that one?
Jackie Robinson.
Oh yeah, and he put
up in heaven.
Yeah, he put him because he's up in heaven, up high up there, Jackie Robinson. Isn't that cute? So our visit was wonderful, and I will never give up making an effort to see grandchildren or great-grandchildren, because I know the happiness and the spirit that family puts into your heart and your soul, especially for Moosey, will carry you so much further. So that's another thing I will never give up. Now, I have been working lately on trying to get, in these nursing homes, there's just so many plugs on the wall to plug in all your devices. And Moosey is in a little private room now, which finally he doesn't have to, he gets better sleep at night. There were problems, obviously, with people in skilled nursing that were up all night or whatever. And Moosey needs his sleep. He really needs that to keep his strength going. Well, I've been trying to find the right cord and the right Kindle for several days this week. And the day before yesterday, I actually went to Best Buy and tried to buy new cords. You know, eventually those cords that you plug into your iPads and everything, the cords start to just bend, and eventually they don't work. So I did pick up a couple of extra cords, and I found at home the block that the big thing. I'm very untechy, by the way, so I don't know my terminology here. But anyway, I brought that, and wow, lo and behold, we were able to connect up the Kindle. So he is able to read his Kindle, and by the way, that helps his sleeping. One reason, then he falls asleep while he's reading his Kindle. So He's a big breeder. So we've mastered that. So I didn't have much luck there. And this was the day before yesterday. When I left Best Buy, I still needed another cord or something. And I needed new cords for my iPad, a longer cord, because I do a lot of my charging in bed at night. So I was going to head home. This was after a visit to him, and it was about 12:30. I had spent a couple of hours with him in the morning, and I watched him do his PT. On the way home, I was driving down, almost ready to turn the other way and go home. And I thought, I'm going to go to the Apple store in the mall. And there is a very large mall, probably 35 minutes from here. But at that point, when I was at the skilled nursing, it was really probably another 10 minutes down the road. Right before COVID, probably a month before COVID, is when I started this YouTube channel. And I knew nothing about YouTube or all of the paraphernalia and the things that you have to learn to put a YouTube channel on. So I made the right turn, and I went down and I parked in my place where I always parked, and I decided to go to the Apple store in the mall. Now, I had not been in a big mall, I don't know, in a year. I don't know why. I used to go with the girls and shop, but of course, the past year I have had trouble with my knees. You know, I tore that meniscus and then found out I had that bone on bone. So my walking had changed quite a bit. And you know, walking in those malls, but malls are exhilarating. And I have to tell you, to go back to when I started this YouTube, and it was right before COVID, I went to the Apple store, and you know, they're huge, big places in these malls, and they give free classes on everything, how to use your iPhones, no matter what one you have, how to use an iPad, how to edit movies, make movies, anything you want to know about devices that are sold by Apple, they will teach you. And these classes go on continuously all day long. Well, I happened to go into that store on a day that a class was being given on an iPad and how to use the iMovie app. That's the editing app that is free and comes with your iPad. So we've been talking about starting a YouTube, mainly for posterity purposes, to do videos that the kids might have someday. We would talk about family and everything. So we sat down at this table, and there were probably 8 people. And just at that point that we were in, Moosey was with me. He was using a rollator at the time because of his hip break. And we went in and sat down at this table, and a young fellow by the name of Ryan, who turned out to be like a son to me, believe it or not, plus a couple of other guys. I call them my guys because I learned everything about how to put videos up on YouTube. I didn't have a clue. He reminded me so much of my Mikey, not only in looks and hair, personality, bright guy. Just love him to pieces. We became very fond of them that day. Well, I kept going back. I was so fascinated. I kept learning and learning all about they showed me how to put they showed me how to join YouTube, how to select the name, which is Nanny and the Moose crushing their 80s. We were in our 80s at that point. And I went back, I made my first movie, went home with the knowledge in my head, and somehow we got through our very first movie. You ought to go back and watch it. I think it's called Sense and Nonsense. And we just talked together. The two of us sat on the patio, talked and talked. I don't think I did any editing at that point, and that was it. Well, it's just been history since then. I've put up 530 videos, I think, in all those years. And ladies have joined, men have joined. I have some of my favorite men that have been with us forever and ever in jazz. You know you're one of them. And, oh gosh, YouTube made us Creator of the Day. It's one of those honors that they bestow on you. And that was back maybe during COVID when, when everyone was home and I was cutting Moosey's hair and everything. They even put us in one of their TV ads, just a teeny 5-second bit that they showed Christmas Eve in New York City. And I had grandkids calling saying, "Oh my gosh, Nanny, you and Moosey just flashed on the screen." They were all watching the midnight ball coming down in New York City. It was wonderful. The people that gave us shout outs like, Patty with Rockstar Mom, I will forever be grateful to her. People that watched us and then gave us shout outs, and eventually our channel grew. And then I started to do makeup and fashion, which I love, and talking about family. I cook. That's my history with Apple. I went to so many classes before Apple closed, all during COVID. They weren't even open. So many stores closed down. And I just kept going on. But every once in a while, if I got in trouble, I could call a number and they would help me over the phone. So to get to the end of this story, I will never, no matter how old I get, I will never stop learning. It just gives you something within you that everything new that you learn, and ladies, you can learn something until the day you're no longer here. And why stop learning? Right now in our world, there is an awful lot to learn. And unfortunately for us, the world is moving forward, especially in the computer sciences. I am a curious person and always loved learning. And by the way, being an ex-teacher, always loved teaching. So that's another thing that I will never, ever stop doing. And I can't tell you the joy in it. Now, let me tell you about that day and what it did to me and for me. Now, I'm just looking on my iPad here at the minutes that I have accumulated just sitting here babbling on about so much that has excited me lately and what does excite me as an aging woman. And I believe these are, and I know people don't like this term, anti-aging, these types of things that you want to keep doing and will never give up are going to help you with the aging process. It's going to help you keep your mind, your mental situation young, keep your mind going. It's going to help your body by being active, being out wherever you have to go to learn something or do something that's going to make you feel better. Ladies, try it. I am adapting myself to living alone and realizing that I can't sit around here like a slug. I have got to make use of my mental and my physical body just to keep me going so that when Moosey comes home, I will be able to take care of him. Now, the day. So on my way home from the hospital, the day before yesterday, I made that right turn and went straight to the mall. I walked in and it's such a great place. They have someone to help you with everything. If you want to buy something, cords, some kind of a device or whatever, you get in this line and someone will be right there and help you. There's always somebody to help you with something. And they have so many people around that help you. But then they have the team of the teachers. And this is where my Brian comes in. So I'm always, whenever I visit there, I haven't visited there much over the past months, but whenever I go in, I'm always looking around for my guys because, as I say, they're almost like family, and especially Brian. So I went in, and right away they have this great big screen up ahead, And you go and you sit down on these blocks. That's the hard part, sitting there for an hour and trying to get up. But there is someone that comes in and almost continuously all day long, they have these classes going. You don't pay a thing or anything. You just sign your name up for the class because they like to know that they're helping people. And you can sit there and watch. Well, this was something about your iPad. Now, as much as I have used my iPad and my phone, I do have one of the new 15s that I did get a year ago, iPhone. And as much as I use it, there's a million things that I've never learned on how to use my phone. Well, anyway, I sat down and I listened to everything that this fellow that was teaching the class on the iPad had to say. And I learned a couple of different things. I was even able to ask some questions, especially about my lighting. I've been concerned about the settings on my phone or on my iPad. So I said, by the way, do you know if Brian's here today? He said, and he said, I think he's teaching the 2:30 class on the iPhone. I thought, amazing. I'll get to see Brian. And at the same time, I'll learn some new things about, especially with filming on my YouTube for you ladies and gents. And I'll learn something new because now my learning juices, my teacher thing was starting to get going. I could feel it. It was excitement that I was learning something new. And so I hadn't eaten anything at all that day yet. And it was 1:30. He finished his class at 1:30. Bob did. And I thought, okay, there was a big food court upstairs that I used to go to at the mall with the kids years ago when we were at the mall all the time. And we loved that food court, especially the Cinnabons and various things. My favorite thing was the Sbarro pizza. I thought, okay, I'll go there. And then I'll be back at 2:30 for Brian's class on iPhone. So I went out and I thought, this mall is big. Can my knees handle a walk to the food court? But I was determined to get there because I was tasting that Sbarro pizza already. So I went up the escalator because it was upstairs, and then I you know, these malls go in all different directions. So I asked someone which way was the food court. It was far away, but I walked and I walked because I wanted to do it. When I got there, I saw the Sbarro, and I went over and I ordered. I always used to get 2 slices. And I thought, well, I'll get 1 slice and I'll get another one, take it home and have it for dinner. But then I thought, do I really want to sit in class and let other people smell pizza? That wasn't be very good to do or kind for other people. So I thought, no, I think I've got to skip that. I never know whether to cut these tags off that you hang on the hangers. But in this case, it's good to keep them there as long as they don't show. Sorry. So I ordered my slice of cheesy pizza and some Parmesan cheese. They have these little envelopes and some red pepper flakes. I went all out. And I did get a small Diet Coke. And, oh, I got the thing of the ranch dressing. My granddaughter, Bridget, she's 40 now. When she was 10, she was the one that showed me that you have to dip pizza in ranch every bite. So I do that. So I got that, and I found a place to sit down all by myself. Very rarely do I go and eat by myself, even in a food court, let alone a restaurant. And I sat down and I opened up my pizza and I put all the goodies on top of it. And I opened up my little ranch, my Coke, and I sat there just looking around at other people, thoroughly enjoying my pizza. But more than that, proud of myself that I was doing this. Now, that might seem a simple thing to many of you who are used to going out and eating alone. But I know a lot of people, because they would feel self-conscious or something about eating alone. No, I didn't. And you know what? I enjoyed that. Even though it was a mall food court, I sat there, totally enjoyed my pizza, wishing that I had probably eaten a second slice, but realized I shouldn't. Finished it up, finished my Coke, cleaned up my table, got up, and I seemed to have more vim and vigor to walk all the way back to the class. And by the time I went down the escalator and walked the long walk back to Apple, I went down the escalator and I got there just at 2:30. I walked straight to the back to the big screen, and there I saw my Brian. And he put his arms out, and I walked up to him, gave him a big hug, and we had a couple of minutes before he began the class just to catch up. He didn't know about my Moosey. He only had several people for that particular class, so he was able to, I told him what my problem was, which was with my videos going up on YouTube, not getting the clarity from my i15 camera. I wanted to be able to get as much knowledge as I could. And he went on and taught me things about how to access this and how to access that. Of course, I might not remember it all, but little by little, it can come back. The biggest thing of all that he helped me with was he changed the settings on how I record. And I don't understand about it, the HD 1080 by 60 or whatever. He changed it to another way to video that might help me get better clarity. And I want you to tell me if it helped, because we did change it on my phone. Oh, what a long story that was. I'm sorry. I am so invigorated by some of these things. Well, to make a long story short, I came home, got home at 4:30. I stopped at a new Mexican market where I was able to get my shrimp cocktail with the V8 juice and the ceviche down the bottom with avocados. That was my supper. I was looking forward to that. So it was a great day of that day. And then I had to visit with Patrick and the kids to look forward to with Moosey yesterday. I think I've talked enough. I don't want to do too much editing, trying to decide what I'll do for next time. But I thought I would just tell you about how good it is for you, no matter how old you are. Even if you are using a rollator, there are things that you should not give up as you age. You want to enjoy life as much as you can, no matter what disabilities you might have. Some of you might have disabilities that enable you not to be able to get out. But if you have a friend that can take you in their car, and I still drive, so I'm still mobile. And I can't tell you what it does for your positive mindset and your physical. You know, the more you walk, the more you keep your body going, the better you get. So who knows? The Lord might want to take me tomorrow up to live with him. He's in charge. But while I'm here, I know he wants me to do the best that I can, to do things for me, so that in turn, I can care for my Moosey too. I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope that some of you try and do this. If you do, will you please let me know and tell me what you think about all this? I know some of you say maybe now's the time to just chill, and I had too much chilling over the past couple weeks, and it did not do much for my mindset. Now, I was going to talk about clothes and things that I'm trying to kind of wear. Not doing anything today where I'll even wear this lovely outfit. I'm sure you remember it. I'm going to put my leg up here. Do you remember this outfit with these beautiful big palazzo pants, these silky pants? I'm not even going to get up because I don't have much time left here. But, so I'm all decked out today. I don't think I'll go anywhere. Maybe I will, but I know I should stay home and try and do some more organizing before I put this out in the shed until next summer or spring. I have something to look forward to. You got to stay positive. Even though I'm 87, I have to hope that perhaps I still will be here next summer. So, thank you, ladies, for listening to me. I hope you get something out of this. I told you I would talk more about some clothes, but I don't know whether to start showing you some winter things or showing you some of the leftover summer things that I'm ready to put out there. I love you all. Thank you again for all your support and all your comments. Keep praying for all those affected by the hurricane back east. They need our prayers and whatever help you can give them. And I'll see you real soon. Bye for now, and God bless us all.